Hey, what up y'all? It's your boy Lil D coming at you from the den with another nursing video. And in today's video, I am here with my friend Vera.
Hi!
She was in a previous video that we did. It was nurses would you rather?
Yeah, would you rather?
Would you rather, yeah. So if you haven't seen that one, you can check it out down below. But this video is going to be me interviewing her on what it's like to be a float pool nurse.
Oh boy. David and I used to work together when I first moved to Arizona. And then after about 6 months on the floor, I went to float pool. So he's going to ask me about that, y'all.
She left me.
I'm sorry.
But before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. I post nursing related videos 2 times a week here on this channel on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you haven't done that, you can go ahead and do that now.
You're welcome.
Okay, but let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So my first question for Vera is, what made you get into float pool?
Honestly, before I had moved here, I already had 2 years on a neuro floor. So David works on a neuro floor. That's where I met him. I moved here from my college town with 2 years of neuro experience and then got hired basically on the same floor in a different state. And it was a wonderful team. Like, I loved my coworkers. I loved going there every day, but I was ready to experience something different. Exactly what I didn't know yet. But I just knew I was just like itching for something to change. So I was scrolling job postings and I saw a float pool, and I didn't think I was the type of person that could ever do that. And it scared me and challenged me. So I said, you know what, let's do it, YOLO. So I applied, and then I got a phone call, and then the interview happened, and now here I am.
Yes. How do you like it compared to working on the unit with the same group of people?
I will say there are a lot of benefits of working on one unit. Like, one, you know where everything is. That's probably my biggest challenge being a float pool, is that I don't know the codes to the doors. I don't know who's a regular there. I don't know where the supplies are. The job is the same, but the people change every day. I do miss having, like, obviously work buddies, you know, just like that you can, it kind of gives you something to look forward to when you know you're working on the same day as your friend and you're like, oh, hey, I'll see you. You want to take lunch together? I miss having a locker. It's the little things, you know, that make the big difference. But generally, I just feel like every day is something new, and it's taught me to be way more flexible than I knew I was capable of. Like, obviously being a nurse in general, you have to be kind of a flexible person, but being in float pool has taught me to adapt in ways that I didn't know I could as a nurse. So I feel like it's what's the word I want? It's thickened my skin a lot more.
Yeah, I bet, because, I mean, you're much more well-rounded going to all these different units, dealing with all these different situations, because sometimes on the same unit, I feel like we get a lot of the same situations. It's just like same thing, different day. So,
yeah. But at the same time, like not, what do I want to say? Like, staying in that same specialty and practicing the same skills over and over again makes you very sharp, because there have been a couple times where I but like I wasn't as on my NIHs before.
Oh.
So that is like a pro and a con. Like, you get really good at what you do when you stay in one place, but also, like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta go. So I went.
What about your assignments? Do you feel like, because you're just a random person coming on the unit, that the charge nurse often gives you like the shitty assignment, or like a patient that they don't want to deal with and the family and all that, they give it to you because you'll be gone the next day and you're only here for 12 hours?
I won't disagree. I will not disagree. So part of being float pool is also knowing that, like, it's not really like a me versus the floor mentality, but it's just also knowing that, like, you know, the core staff, they have to stay there, and sometimes they'll run into, like you said, the same situations frequently over and over again. And sometimes, like, they just need a break. So unfortunately, when I get there, sometimes it is like, yeah, I'm giving the core staff a break from whatever chaos that's happening. But at the same time, I've never had an experience where I didn't feel like I couldn't ask for help. So even though sometimes you'll always get the first admit, or you'll always get the fourth patient or the fifth patient or whatever it may be. You should always be in a place where like you can communicate and advocate for yourself. That's probably the biggest thing, especially with people you're not familiar with, people you don't know, because everything comes down to the safety of the patients. But yeah, depends day to day, but definitely that does happen. Some floors I notice more than others tend to kind of dump, is what I call it, on the float nurses. They just dump all of the challenging, complex situations upon us. But I get it, that's part of what we do. We supplement the floors any way we can. So
I feel like it has to do a lot with the charge nurse also, and some charge nurses are better at this than others. I feel in our unit we have some pretty good charge nurses on dividing up the patients and not just like hitting that travel nurse or that float nurse with a bad assignment. They really do distribute it well. So
distribute the wealth, share the love.
Yeah, share the love. Now, my last question is, do you think that money is a good reason to get into being a float pool, or is not a good reason to get into float pool?
For me, it wasn't about the money. It depends on what your employer is offering for, like, as that float pool division, because part of float pool is like there's a possibility that you're not going to know where you're going, and then you'll get there, and then suddenly staffing will call you and say, hey, we actually need you to go to the hospital 20 minutes away. So dealing with that is part of what you're signing up for. So hence, yeah, when I switched departments, there was a pay increase. But like I said, with becoming a nurse in general, if I was doing any of this for the money and solely the money, I would have like quit while I was in school. Just like run. If the only reason you want to be a nurse is for the money,
yeah,
you better put your shoes on, lace them up, and run, honey. Cause no, I would say it would depend on like your financial needs and the amount of increase, but generally speaking, no. I did it because I knew I wanted new experiences, and I got them, and I'm very happy with my choice that I made. Because it's been, I think, a year and 3 months. Yeah, about that long. And I like it. Yeah, it's so far so good. It's fun.
Well, I do have a lot of new grads coming onto the unit, and some of them are wanting to leave to get more money, and they asked me if going into float pool, if I thought that was a good reason just to get a pay increase. And I mean, the pay increase, it's nice, but you are inconvenienced sometimes where you are having to switch hospitals, and I don't really think that's a good reason either. Okay, so actually my last question is, would you ever go from float pool back to a nursing unit? Would you ever come back?
I don't want to say no. I know probably not right now, just because I am enjoying float pool and like having so much fun with it. But as long as it was a different specialty that challenged me in a new way, I could see myself staying put for a little bit again. But who knows? Adventure's out there. That's one of the beauties of nursing.
That is about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This isn't a completely different video because usually I'm just sitting here alone talking constantly. So now I can get her perspective, which is good because I don't plan on working in float pool. And yeah, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. I do post nursing related videos 2 times a week, and you can find Vera here on my YouTube page. So look forward to more videos from us, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.